Yo, what up, fam? Pound that like if you woke up 6 to midnight and got your own bone bruise when you found out the Joel Embiid news. Hit it. Let's go. Giddy up. That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they did it. They did it.
Left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Oh, baby, baby, baby. How many people out there, when they got the Woj bomb this morning, jumped out of bed with such excitement over a bone bruise that you got your own bone bruise? Because that's where I'm at. My knee's messed up. I jumped out of bed so excited. Welcome in, family. Tom Arnone live, only on A2D Radio, brought to you by our doc. Got to make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Go check him out. We'll have the doc on tomorrow on Agree to Disagree at 8 p.m. He'll come on. We'll talk about the bone bruise. 2 to 3 weeks. We'll discuss that. Jam-packed show. Crumb of the day later on the show. We'll talk about the Sixers bench and how they've rallied on the road. 111 bench points scored in the last 2 games on the road for the Sixers. Extremely impressive, especially since we've all sat here and said, hey, we need to make moves, right? We need to strengthen this bench. Well, this bench throughout the All-Star break and came back, and people got in their ears because they have stepped up big time. Speaking of stepping up, will Ben Simmons step up without Joel Embiid? We've seen it in the past, right? I mean, there's proof to that pudding where we've seen him go on a big run, back in the day a little bit when Joel missed a lot of time. Now, listen, when it comes to Joel Embiid conversation, and he's expected to miss 2 weeks with a bone bruise, listen, until I know for sure, I'm always going to have some concern. So, give me another 24 hours of no bad news, and I'll be even more excited than I am right now for a bone bruise, because we all watched it live last night on Fan Friday here when we were doing our live reactions, and we literally hit go live, and I tried to do an intro watching our generational big man, the MVP of the league, go down on his left knee. And we know all about left knees here in Philadelphia when you talk about Carson Wentz when he was on an MVP tear. And we know what happened with that knee. And essentially, maybe you could say was never really the same. Okay? You can maybe make that argument. Well, thank God we're talking about bone bruise, but we need to wait and let it play out a little bit. All right? Just give it like another 24 hours, and I'll feel really good about it. Our poll question is brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. And you can use promo code A2D and get yourself 20% off at checkout. Body Check Wellness, a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Go check them out. Bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D, 20% off. Our poll question, you would have gave up Joel Embiid. You would have gave. Why is that mess up? You would have gave. Yeah, there we go. That felt weird, right? You would have gave Joel Embiid your knees if it was serious. Agree or disagree? We all agree. Just a little conversation starter. We all essentially agree. We said it to Carson. We would give him whatever knee he needed, whatever MCL, ACL, whatever ligament necessary, we would have given. But listen, we all woke up 6 to midnight and got our own bone bruises this morning. We all did when we found out that news. I mean, you tell me for the first time in history how excited you were for a bone bruise. I mean, that's where we were. And listen, I don't care about regular season MVPs. I truly don't. I don't care. Listen, an NBA Finals MVP is a lot more important to me in this city than a regular season MVP is ever going to be. It's as simple as that. All right, we want wins. We want titles. That's what we trusted the process for. And let's all sit back and be real for a minute. We aren't getting there without Joel Embiid. Simple as that. So thank God it's a bone bruise. And I said, give it another 24 hours, and let's really make sure this is okay and this is nothing to worry about. All right. But remember, we did a prayer service here last night for the first time ever on Fan Friday, first time ever on ATD history, and it worked. And it flat out worked. We had the candles lit. I mean, we were into it. We were into it. Pastor No Notes, myself, I was delivering the best sermon you could ever deliver in the history of sermons, right? I mean, I even contemplated a career change. I thought about, hey, man, maybe I'll get a church. Maybe I'll get a church. And listen, we made them walk again. We made them walk again. So remember, when you give your thanks in the prayer service. Oh, but thank God. Thank God it's only 2 weeks, right? And I think we can win. I think we can honestly win games without him, right? I mean, I think we can win Sunday without him, and you really got to hope that Ben can carry this team without him. That's what we got to pray for. All right. There's no other option. Ben and Toby have to carry, Ben and Toby have to carry this basketball team moving forward. They really do. They truly do. John says he would give his left knee. Did you feel cleansed, Crum, watching it back, the prayer service? I mean, I thought we really got into it. We spoke to the Lord, and the Lord answered. We spoke to the Lord, and the Lord answered. And we made the man walk again. Okay? I don't care about 2 weeks. I don't give a rat's ass about 2 weeks. When it comes to this, like my buddy Mark McLean wanted to, jab earlier. Like I told you, it would have been nice if he missed 2 weeks for COVID. No. That's a different situation, right? I'm not trying to have him miss 2 weeks, period. But I'd much rather miss 2 weeks than the entire goddamn season. That's as common sense as we get here. I mean, come on. See, everybody's saying they need their knees. I saw people say they would sell their soul to the devil for that knee to be okay. I mean, people were deep. People were deep last night. Tor says, mad proud about them 2 wins. Yeah, I mean, you talk about it. I mean, this branch has been scrutinized, and it's been a topic of conversation all over. And 111 bench points in 2 basketball games. I mean, I said it. Matisse Thybulle, somebody talked to him during the break because that kid came out and has looked more aggressive. Simple as that. Let's look more aggressive. Be willing to score. Shake, Cork, they both have played well. I mean, both of them gave you 18 last night. So all the trade talks and all the extra, these guys came back from the break and they've gotten after it. They've gotten after it. Because listen, it's hard to win games on the road, period. I don't care who you're playing against. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit who it is. 2 bad teams back to back, doesn't matter. I mean, NBA teams cough them games up all the time. All the time. So we talked about, the Sixers finishing with the number 1 seed in the East. Now that you know, okay, so we'll sort of re-bring this topic up from last night, because when we were about to get into this topic last night, it literally got to get into it, about to have the conversation, hit go live, and boom, down he went. So it totally ruined our poll question. What's up, Dean? What's up, everybody out there? Mora, Keenan, James, Ziggy, Chrome, John, Chucks, Buzzy Sports, Stephen White. What up, my family? Everybody chime in. Pound that like button. Pound that like button if you're excited that Joel Embiid is going to be okay. Pound that like button if you went 6 to midnight for my gentlemen. All right? If my women, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say for the women. For the men, if you went a little 6 to midnight and had your own bone bruise this morning, pound that like. Pound that goddamn like wherever you're at. All right? Hit the share button. Get more of our Sixers faithful in here. Get them in here. Let's talk about it. All right? I got a fun poll question right now. I'm going to re-bring it up from last night, baby, because now we can really talk about it and digest it a little bit more than we could last night. All right? And then being the number 1 seed in the East. All right? Can they hold on to it? So we'll say it like this. The Sixers will finish the season the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Do you agree or disagree? So we'll make sort of a second poll. All right? A little second poll that we wanted to talk about last night and, again, couldn't get into it. So here we are again. And I'm going to say agree. Okay, and people out there are going to say, Tom, no, Joel, listen, there's no bigger Joel Embiid fan than myself. Okay, I've called him my kid from day one. All right, that's factual. So Sunday we play the Spurs at home. All right, and Ben should be available for that game. So that's the game we can win, right? Then we go Tuesday, and we got the Knicks at home. At home now. There are 2 games that we should win, even without Joel Embiid, right? Then we go back-to-back Bucks. That's the tough one. So say we cough that one up, right? We coughed that one up to the Bucks. So we're 2-1 without Joel Embiid, hypothetically. Then we don't play till Saturday at home against the Kings. So we have a little break there. All right? That's a game at home that we should be able to win. So say 3-1 without Joel. Then we go to the Knicks. So say we cough that. I don't even know if we cough that up. I don't even know because I think they can win that game. They've showed that they can play well with Ben Simmons too. Right? That game in Utah without Joel, Ben kept us in that damn game. So I'm saying 4-1 right there. Then we go to the Warriors. We start that little West Coaster, and that's next Tuesday. All right. So say that's a loss. Let's just say 4-2. First trip out on the road. Then you go to Lakers. Maybe you're 4-3. But then even if that's the case, right? You could have him back in that Clippers game if he even travels with them. Just say let's say 5-3. All right. Let's say 5-3 right there without Joel Embiid. And I even think there's the case because then Tuesday, March 30th versus the Nuggets, you would think that he could be back for that game. Right, depending on 2-3 weeks, depending on what it is, he could be back for that game. Plastic Life, what's up, brother? He said church service last night worked. It absolutely freaking did. Greg, what's up? Bill, what's up? I'll get to all your questions. Ted, I see you. Steven, Heel Chrome in the house. And Ben is undefeated, Ted says, versus the Knicks all time. Okay. So, I mean, just say 5-3 without Joel Embiid. Will we all take that? I mean, I think it could be better. I mean, you can make the case 6-2. You could. You could make the case 6-2 without Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons has shown that he can win, especially if there's shooters around. And there's shooters around. Seth and Danny can shoot it, right? We know Ferkie's been hit or miss, but at least, he's got a pulse off the bench, right? Toby can shoot it. So if Toby and Ben can step up with the absence of Joel Embiid, these are winnable games. To be 4-1 and then heading out west would be phenomenal. And then you got 3 games out west, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you got 8 games. Can they go 6-2? It's tough. It's tough. So I would say they win that Warriors game and then maybe cough up the other 2. They get to 6-2. That's where I would be. Because maybe they lose Lakers, Clippers on the road without them. They could. So let's just say 6-2. Can they go 6-2 without Joel Embiid? I think they can, guys. Again, they've shown it before. I know, James. We're going to talk about this too. James Jackson says, according to the Wizards commentator, what? Why can't I talk today? I mean, I do too many shows now. We have to rely on the most overrated player in the league to carry us. And that's fine. And that most overrated player in the league flat out defends and has shown he can win regular season games without him. I'm not talking about the postseason here. We're talking about the regular season. Can they go 6-2 without him? That's the question. Can they hold on to the Eastern Conference? Can they finish first in the East? All right. Would you agree they finish first, or would you disagree that they don't? And if so, then where would you have them? Keenan says, we need another prayer for Ben to dominate. Yeah, I don't know if I have that in me to go back-to-back prayers, Keenan. I don't know. Maybe sometime throughout the week. Maybe tomorrow night, I don't agree, disagree. I'll have that energy again. I'm trying to bring the energy for the people today because I know it's something we want to talk about. We want to be excited today, right? I mean, I got a newborn, baby. I'm bringing it to you. Ain't nobody in the game go live as much as me. And I'm not here to puff my chest. I'm just keeping it 100 for the people. Ain't nobody do it. All right. And ain't nobody doing it on 4 hours of sleep. You can book that. All right. Book that somewhere. All right. It was live till 12:30 last night. And we're back. We're back. What up, Don, my brother? But James, he is not overrated. I know you're not saying that, their commentary said that last night. Their commentator said it last night that, he's overrated and he's got to carry his team and, good grand. Okay, buddy. All right. I don't buy into any of Ben being overrated. When you play great defense, that's not overrated. Okay. Listen, scoring consistently has always been a question mark, and we're going to find out. All right. But I like my point guard being dish first, and I'm tired of people talking about him being overrated because he brings a lot to the table that's not fucking overrated. All right. A lot. Wells, what up, brother? He said, we'll be fine. Hopefully it's only 2 weeks, but I'm also of the opinion, hold him out until he's 100%. I agree. And if you go 6-2, Wells, through that stretch that I just spoke about, I don't see why you wouldn't then say, okay, go a little longer, go another week. And the other thing is, Wells, is I don't want to trust that it's only a bone bruise yet. Like I'm so cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic all the time that I'm like scared to get hurt. So I'm like, oh, give me another 24 hours and I'll be even more excited. Like I was 6 to midnight this morning. I talked about it when I came on. I had my own goddamn bone bruise. All right, I got up out of bed too quick. A lot of things. Donovan, my brother. He said, remember the 25th is the trade deadline. Yes, it's coming right up. And you're going to find out through this stretch, right? If you go 6-2 without him, you're probably not even going to make a move. What up, David Navo? He says 5-3 without him. All right, we're right around the same thing. I think they get to 6-2. Ted says this may push Morey to make a huge trade without Joe. Do you think it pushed him to make a huge one though? Like I could see it pushing him to maybe make something maybe he didn't want to make a little bigger than he wanted to make. But I don't think it pushes him like put his chips all in. I don't think so. I just don't think it gets him there. Tori says, I thought I was going to wake up and Joel having to get his leg amputated. Yep. I didn't know what I was waking up for. And I was up to like 3:30 in the morning with Cass. So I'm on Twitter. Like I'm talking to him. I'm saying, listen, man, I want you to be a Philly fan, but do you want to be? Like I'm constantly getting hurt. I can't take the pain anymore. Marquise, my brother, this is a blessing in disguise. He's going to get a lot of rest and be the freshest big man in basketball. Be afraid. Yes, if it's only a bone bruise, I would agree with that for sure. It's almost like your load management here, and when he comes back, it's game on. Let's go to work. I'll buy into that. Like I said, I don't care about regular season MVPs. Give me a Finals MVP. You know what I mean? Be dominant in the Eastern Conference Finals when you see the Nets. All right, because that's where we would see them, unless we drop further. Like if we're 1 or 2, we won't see them if they're 2 to the Eastern Conference Finals. If we're 2 and they're 1, vice versa. But I'm all in for being 1. Mr. Wing, what's up, brother? Is it Bradley Beal for a trade? I mean, listen, I'm not going to ever say no to Bradley Beal, but like we don't have what it takes to get Bradley Beal, in my opinion. Because like I'm not going to trade Tobias for Beal because I like what Tobias brings too. And I'm not comparing Tobias Harris to Bradley Beal, but like Tobias Harris is consistent for us, and I don't want to mess with that mojo. But I mean, listen, anything's possible. Ralph said, we always talk about Ben Simmons making the next jump. This is the time to make it. Huge spotlight on Ben right now without Joel. You're 100% right, Ralphie. And he's shown he can win without him in the regular season. Like they went on that one run, what was it, 2018? With Sova and Bellinelli, where they played extremely well. But now, right, can you carry? Can you average like 20 a night without him? Because he has to. Other guys got to step up too. But can he step up? Can he raise his level? Right? Can him and Tobias be around, can him and Tobias jump their averages to 25 a game without him? I think they both can. I mean, if Ben is aggressive and wants to get to the basket, Ben Simmons can get to the basket. That's what drives people crazy at times. Because when he wants to, he can. He's unstoppable. His free throw percentage has gotten better and better and better. Man, be aggressive without Joel Embiid. It's going to open up space for him to get to the line. Now, the problem comes, this is the biggest issue without Joel Embiid. Teams getting to the basket on us. All right, that's going to be the issue. Because now that shot blocker, per se, is not there. All right, and we've seen that without him in the past. Like Joel Embiid is a first-team all-defensive guy. The only reason he doesn't get first team every year is because Rudy does. But he is, because I think he's a better defender than goddamn Rudy Gobert is. Okay, that's just me. All right, he's a better defender than Rudy Gobert. Don't at me. All right. That being said, who makes up for that defense? Can Dwight make up for it? Tony Bradley's not going to make up for Joel Embiid's defense. The only hope you have of rim protecting is Dwight. So, do they start Dwight now, or do they start Tony Bradley? Either way, defense is going to be hurt. So now this team loses not only 30-something points a game, they're also losing that defense. That's even more important than the 30, in my opinion. Totally more important. Because this team prides themselves on being Pomsy. They absolutely do. Wherever you're watching that, fam, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, right? Get more Sixers faithful in here. Let's have some excitement right now. Our other poll question, all right, is you believe the Sixers will finish first in the Eastern Conference. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. And then I had my other one just for fun. You would have gave up. I keep messing up this poll. You would have gave Joel Embiid your knees if it was serious. Agree or disagree? So you can let me know all over wherever you're tuning in at. And like I said, do me a favor. Do us all a favor at A2D. Pound that like for us. Get more people in here. Levi, my brother. I don't think we lose much defense as you think because of Dwight. Yeah, I hear you, Lee, but he's like a walking 5-fouler, right? Like he just walks in the 5 fouls. Okay, so I mean, yes, is he okay defensively? Yeah, but he's not Joe. You know that. I like your optimism, but you know that. The Nerdy Sports Guy, agree. Thinks we hold on to it. Ziggy, agree. Ted, you're correct. Joe took Rudy to the shed last time they faced off. Absolutely did. Dropped 20 on him. Philly 0024, what's up, my brother? He said, I think we'll get PJ Tucker soon and maybe Lowry. Lowry, no. PJ Tucker, I think, is a very good chance that PJ Tucker is in a Sixers uniform. Johnny, what's up, brother? He said, first in the conference and we're winning the title. I love where your head's at with the title. I love it. I don't know if we're there yet, but I love it. The unknown, I disagree. They'll probably finish fourth. Miami is balling at the moment, but so are we. You know what I mean? Like, we won a game in Chicago without Ben and Joe and beating them pretty handily, and then we came back and dominated on a back-to-back versus Washington. Okay, I know 2 average, below average teams, but we still won convincingly without one of the 2 guys. So, I mean, why can't we continue that? You know, why can't we? I don't think we drop it to 4. I think 4 is outrageous. If you want to tell me like top 3, the unknown, then maybe I'll agree with you. James Jackson, the biggest problem with Dwight getting way more minutes is he gets so many fouls. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, brother. He said he could easily foul out, and then you're screwed. True. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Levi, yeah, he's absolutely a 5-fouler on a daily, but he does look good. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Dwight. If he can stay out of foul trouble, it's huge. Ziggy says 4th. Hell no. Yeah, we ain't finishing in the we finish the 4th seed. I won't do a show for a fucking month. Okay, if we finish in the 4th. All right. Don says he got the Sixers winning the whole thing. I would love it, Don. I mean, my expectations was Eastern Conference Final, right? I don't want to go overboard than that yet, right? One step at a time. Show me growth, right? And now I'm just praying to God. What, the Marcus Cousins? Yeah, I'm good. I could see it though. I could see it. Philly 0024. It's only 2 games. Matisse looks much improved these past 2. He does. And I feel like somebody spoke to him, right? Like somebody said, dude, just be more aggressive. I mean, there's a lot of veterans on this team, so it wouldn't surprise me if one of them did that. And when I came in, I was saying 111 bench points over the last 2 games. 55 versus the Bulls, 56 versus the Wizards. I mean, that's impressive, guys. That's bench points. 111 bench points. Bench points. And you have 55 without Ben and Joe on the court. So 2 other guys started, and you still had 55 bench points. Think about that. Who's the best team out west, on? I don't know, because I don't know what's going to happen with AD, right? So right now, I would say, in my opinion, I'm not going to go with Utah. I'm going to go with the Clippers right now. And I know that people are going to laugh at that, but right now I'm going to go with the Clippers. I think the Suns are right there. I think Utah's there, obviously. Denver has played a little bit better, but they've struggled with the quick turnaround from the bubble. So right now, I think I would lean towards the Clippers because of Kawhi, right? Not as much George, but just Kawhi, like playoff Kawhi, right? I'll lean towards him, but I don't know. I mean, Suns, can the young players, there's a lot of youth there too, which makes it hard a little bit. But with Chris Paul leading the charge, they're in the conversation. I mean, there's a lot of good teams out west. Levi says, yeah, it feels like someone grabbed him and just yelled, you're allowed to shoot and touch the ball more than 3 seconds at a time. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Ted says, we need the Nets to lose some games. They've been on fire. Does their schedule get any tougher? It doesn't tonight, because they play the Pistons tonight. So no tougher tonight, but that's like a game where you're just like hoping. Like, can they cough one up tonight? Can the Nets cough one up? But this is the positive thing, right? They played so well, Ted, right, that at some point, it doesn't matter. Like, for instance, like people are like, oh, well, they're going to even be better without KD. Well, how can they be better? Because they've been on a tear. They've been on a tear, and we're still first in the Eastern Conference. That's how I look at that. Like, they're not going to continue to go on this kind of tear. They're gonna cough up some games. Would they cough up a game in Detroit tonight? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. But could they? It's the NBA. Let me look what else they have after for Ted. Ted, let me look. I gotta go back because I had it scrolled so far away. Let me see where they play again. So they don't play Sunday, the Nets. They play at home versus the Knicks. Monday. It's an ESPN game. I mean, that's a game they should win, even though the Knicks are tougher. And then they go to the Pacers. And then they go to the Magic. I mean, yeah, they don't, they don't got really any. And then at home versus the Wizards, who have beaten them twice, I think, in a row, right? Then they go out west. They go Trailblazers. Then they go Jazz. Then their schedule starts to ramp up a little bit, where it gets a little bit tougher. Then the Pistons again. I mean, my goodness gracious. How many times you want to give them the Pistons? You're just asking them to be in first? Sorry, Don. But they're just asking them to be in first place? Yeah, so that's a run through. Then they're home against the Timberwolves. I mean, geez, my goodness. But listen, again, they've been on such a tear. Sorry, I said last night we were 2 games over 500. We are 1 game over 500 at 10-9, but that's huge on the road. That's huge. We're winners of 4 in a row. They're 9-1 in their last 10. We're 8-2 in our last 10. All right. I mean, to me that matters. To me, that absolutely freaking matters. All right. And the fact that we're 16-3 at home is so important because we're finally over them hiccups on the road. Right. We're at the point now where you're 10-9 and you're feeling a lot better about this team playing on the road, even though it's 1 game over 500. The Nets 11-7 on the road. They play well on the road, but they're only 14-6 at home. So I mean, they've shown the ability to cough up games at home. So we'll see. No, Don, I don't hate the Pistons. I feel bad for you guys. I do hate when they yell out Detroit basketball. So I'm glad that they never get the basketball anymore. Bill says the Nets are fire with KD in a hoodie. They started horrible, but now they're clicking. Yeah, they're tough. They're tough, but they're going to lose basketball games, right? I mean, they're going to lose some basketball games, you would think, right? I don't know. I mean, through this whole stretch that they played so good, right? So have we. And then you look at Milwaukee 7-3 in their last 10. Miami's 9-1 in their last 10. So all 4 of them top teams, Sixers 8-2 in the last 10. Nets 9-1. Milwaukee 7-3. Miami 9-1, right? All them teams are playing extremely high level basketball right now. All of them, which makes the Joel Embiid injury hurt even more. And you're praying that it's only 2 weeks, right? And this team can go, like I said, 6-2 on the road, not on the road, but 5-3 over that stretch. Can they? Can Ben Simmons step up? If this team goes 6-2, right? I think they're still in first place when Joel Embiid comes back. I'll buy into that. Because right now we're a game up. We're a game up on the Nets. So we hold a game. Can the bad boy Pistons maybe knock the Nets off tonight, which would be huge for us? I doubt they do, but it'd be huge. Don, I don't know why the Celtics are struggling right now. I mean, having no Marcus Smart for a minute hurts them. Not having a true big hurts them. I don't know. They're just not fine. They're just not playing well together. They don't play enough defense either, right? Like their toughness to me is going a little bit that they've had in the past. That's my opinion. Tyreek, what's up, brother? He says, this is giving us a chance to improve overall, and when Embiid returns, it'll be much better. Hopefully, this is binoculars on Ben Simmons time. Hey, Benny. Hey, Ben. We see you, baby. What's up, DJ? That's my brother right here, running back Philly. I was trying to get him on today at 3, but he had work. He's always bringing me on over there. So go over there. Give DJ a like, subscribe. Run it back Philly. You can find him on YouTube. Give him a like, subscribe, do all that fucking shit for him. But listen, I'll pay you back. I'll get you on here, DJ. I'll get you on here. Bill, obviously at 6-2, and that's what have to go 8-0. Yeah, and I don't think they do, Bill. But can the Sixers go 6-2? I mean, that's a whole other question. I mean, I think they can. They've won games in the past with Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons nowhere near as aggressive as he is now. So can they do it again? And Tyreek, yes, it's on to Toby too. Toby's got to up his game. Toby's been the definition of consistency this year. You want to talk about being an all-star snub? I agree. Now guess what you got to do, baby? Now you got to go drop 25 a night. And just bring the eyes more on the fact that you were a snub and win games. Not just 25 a night. This team has to win games without Joel Embiid. And I think they can. And that's not me being a homer. That's me looking in the past of what they've done without him. Now, again, I'll say it a million times. Defensively, this is a huge loss for this basketball team. Huge. So offensively, it's already a loss. We already know that. That's common sense. But defensively, too? Who makes up for it defensively? Who makes up for it offensively? We're not going to average 50 points a game off our bench, right? Right, fam? Like we have over the last 2 nights. And even more than that. 55 versus the Bulls, 56 versus the Wizards. We're not going to average that. My old goal bench-wise is, can we get 30? Well, I need it up a little bit. I need 30 a night now from this bench without Joel Embiid. Okay? 30 a night now. And again, we'll talk about it. Ben Simmons needs more. He needs to be around 25 a night. And I'm not Mr. Ben has to score 1 million points, but now he does. Xander, Nets are greater than the Bucks. Want to have more talent. I like to see how they match up versus each other. Can they stop the size that Milwaukee brings too? Just like we're going to bring size to them. Can they stop it? Ted, I listen to Boston shows because I enjoy them finally suffering, and they're not listening to their coach probably. Yeah. And I was told he was the biggest genius of all time. Doesn't look like it right now because all the fleecing Danny Ainge is done. They haven't won shit. Simple as that. Jake says, we'll be fine with Bradley and Howard or nasty. So think we'll get the first seed. Yeah, I mean, Jake, I agree with you to a point. I'm okay with Dwight. I mean, Bradley's shown us something. Now, can he continue? Can he continue to play at a double-digit number for us? That would be truly amazing. I feel like dirty saying that, like, that's a guarantee, right? Like, I almost feel dirty being like, yeah, well, he definitely can. We need to see Bradley more to say he can make up a little bit production-wise offensively for Joe. And Dwight's big thing is he has to match the defense. He has to be that guy. He has to be that shot blocker where teams aren't going to drive the paint. This is why you went out and got a guy like Dwight Howard for. This is why we tried to pry him away from the Lakers and not have him go back there, because we needed this. We needed that true backup. Imagine if we were just saying Tony Bradley, with all due respect to Tony, he's played well, but, we need Dwight big time. This is why we went out and got Dwight. Hey, Rose. She says, I think the Nets take first place while JoJo is out. As long as we fall no further than the 3 seed, not worried about them into the playoffs. Yeah. So, Rose, I think we would have to be the 2 if they're the 1, and we won't see them to the finals. So, they might take it over. I still think we hold on to it. I'm gonna have this optimism that Ben can raise his game. And like we always talk about, greatness can raise the level of other players around him. Go do it. Because Joe does it. Whenever Joe is by himself, he raises the level. Totally raises the level of guys around him. Can Ben Simmons raise that level of guys around him? That's what greatness does. So we can talk about stats, right? We can talk about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? But at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. So Ben Simmons, can you raise the level of the guys around you? And can you raise your own level just offensively? And I think he can do both. At least in the regular season right now without him. You know what I mean? Xander says, here's my question. What Sixers are you okay with Morey trading? I mean, Mike Scott, Terrence Ferguson. I mean, I'm not like you can't trade Matisse, but I'd rather not trade Matisse and Maxey if I don't have to. Even though Maxey hasn't contributed, I expect the Maxey to be more of a contributor next year. So, like, I'm giving Maxey time to develop. I mean, he's 18 years old, so I'm going to give him a minute. So, Xander, really just Mike Scott is expiring contract, picks, Terrence Ferguson. That's where I'm at. Ted also said we got a championship coach. Doc is going to be huge. Yeah, I think this whole staff's going to be huge for this team without Joel Embiid. I completely agree. We won a lot of games without Joe when Ben went on that run without him with freaking Brett Brown. You know what I mean? Philly 0024 says the last 20 championships came from teams at a top 15 or higher defensive rating. That's why, as good as the Nets are offensively, I don't know if they can sustain their success in the playoffs with bad defense. That's 100% spot on. Spot on. Okay? Spot on. I don't know. That's the question mark. That's not taking shots. That's the question mark. Ziggy says, we got to go 5-3 or 6-2 without Joel. Yep, agreed. I think we can get to 6-2. And wouldn't it be special, Zig, if we had a little 7-1 run without him? Woo! Wouldn't that be special? Because then we know Ben's balling, if that's the case. Toby's balling, if that's the case. What up, fam? I see more people jumping in and joining me. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Fuck with that algorithm. Get more people in here. Let's talk some 10-9-8. Right? We had a great prayer service last night, and we are back. We are back. We healed them. We healed them. We made Joel Embiid walk again last night. Us and the people. Yep, hit that like. Pat, what up, brother? He says, our prayers were answered last night. Thank goodness. Yes, they were. Hugh Harper, yep, everybody knows. Everybody knows. That was around the prayer service, what happened last night. So thank God for that. So answer that question. Over the next 8, where do you have the Sixers at? I got them at 6-2. Worst 5-3. But where do you guys have them? And let me know. Chime in the comments. We'll read them off. It's not like an overly hard stretch, but you have that West Coaster involved where you have the Warriors, Lakers, and Clippers. That's tough. That's tough. So that Warriors game, if you're 4-1 heading out there, that Warriors game becomes so important. Or you're 5. No, you'd be 4-1 heading out there. So I'll read you guys off that schedule again. All right, I'll read you off. Yeah, Ziggy. We go 7-1. I'm throwing a fucking party. Me too. What up, Mike? He said, do you miss any of your past co-hosts? There's a couple. Might know a guy. Maybe he commented in right now. Maybe he didn't. Yeah, you're right with me. 6-2, 5-3. It's not like crazy because the home games, let me pull it up for you guys again. Because the home games are like, I don't know, nothing's easy in the NBA. So I'm not going to, I hate doing that. Acting like a hero. Like, oh, hey, the NBA's easy. So Spurs at Sixers, okay? That's a game we should win. So that's 1-0. Roll with me here, fam. Let's roll together. Knicks at Sixers. So remember, home versus Knicks. That's 2 home games. That should be 2-0. That should be 2-0. Then you get the Bucks. Now that's a tricky one. Now it's at home. Can you beat the Bucks at home? I'm going to say loss there, okay? Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say loss. Then you go, so what do I got? It's 2-1. Then you got the Kings, 3-1. Then you're at the Knicks, 4-1. All right, and here we go out west. Sixers, Warriors, 5-1, say. All right, 5-1, because I got a loss coming up. Sixers, Lakers, okay? Sixers, Lakers. Let's go loss there, 5-2. Actually, let's go win there. All right, go with me here, 6-2. Is that all of them? Yeah. Am I right there? Did I do them all? I got to pull the schedule up on my computer. I can't do it like this. I'm looking down at my phone. I'm not even looking at the people. I got to look at you people. I got to talk to you people. Let me just pull it up on my phone. So I pull it up because I'm getting my games right. AK Eagles, what's up, brother? What is up? I'm reading through it. I can't believe the announcer with Kenny Smith. Nee said Ben was overrated. Yeah, listen. I mean, people just want to be clickbait. Like, oh, he's overrated because you don't like him and you hate him. Like, it's stupid. It's totally stupid to call Ben Simmons overrated. Like overrated to what? Like, how's he overrated? Nobody's talking MVP conversation, right? If you're talking MVP conversation, say overrated. But we're talking about first team all defense, maybe defensive player of the year, and a guy who's gotten better every single year, and has shown us over the last 3 weeks, maybe month, how aggressive he can be. Don's got 5-3. It's not an easy stretch, right? It's not an easy stretch. I'm gonna pull it up again. We're gonna go another run through here, where I'm actually feel like I'm looking. Okay, let's pull her up. Let's pull her up here. All right, here we go. All right, Spurs at home. We got win 1-0. Knicks at home, 2-0. Bucks at home on a back-to-back. That's what makes it tough. Let me go win there. Let me go, and then we win at home versus Kings. We win 4 in a row. Then we beat the Knicks. Say we win 5 in a row. Right? Let's get cute here. Then we beat. Then we say we lose to the Warriors. Right? Because that'd be crazy. Right? So we lose to the Warriors, and now we're 5-1. We beat the Lakers. We're 6-1. We lose to the Clippers. We're 6-2. All right. Now, any way you want to put it out there, guys, like you can have them coughing up other games. They have to go win games at home right now. They have to go on a run at home, right? And then let the chips fall where they will on the road. Because then you can steal one of them games. Like the Lakers aren't as good right now as without KD. So that's a game maybe you can steal. The Warriors they don't overly scare me. The only team out west that I'm going to see is the Clippers that I think is my toughest test. So the other 2 games are winnable basketball games, in my opinion. They absolutely are. And unless Steph goes off for 50, I mean, they're winnable games. Anytime you're playing LeBron, it's a tough game, but they haven't played as well without AD. Bill says 3-5. I think 3-5. Jeez, I don't agree there at all. Pop says 5-3. We dropped one of them Knicks games. So we dropped one to the Knicks, Bucks, and Warriors. Okay, you got us winning the good ones. Has anyone mad at the new HED Twitter? Has anyone made a new HED Twitter yet? The other one got deleted. We got to bring the fan back on Twitter. No, I mean, I have the HED handle, so maybe I bring it back, and that's why we're streaming at right now live. So at least we have that. No, we're just waiting for the suspension to be answered. AK Eagle says, I say everyone steps up and they go 7-1. Well, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. Sewer Blaze, what is up? Epic Eagle 999. Sorry, says 6-2 is reasonable. I agree with you. I think 6-2 is a reasonable conversation. 5-3 is like, okay, I think it's doable. I think it's doable to be 5-3, but they've won games without Joe. Like, this isn't the playoffs. Like, if you're talking to me about the playoffs, I'm on a whole different level then. All right, we might be one and done. But regular season, this team should be able to win games without Joel Embiid, and they're better coached from not only the head coach, his entire coaching staff. So and there's a lot of veterans. There's enough veterans on this roster that hold guys accountable that I think they're going to step up. If this bench can continue to play at the level they're playing at, then why can't we go 6-2? All right, Tobias has been the definition of consistency this year. I don't expect that to change, right? What we've seen of Ben Simmons before the All-Star break was a guy who was flat out aggressive, right? Remember the Utah game without Joe. So guy dropped 40. Now, do I expect him to drop 40 every night? No. But can he drop 20 plus? Why not? All right? Show me that, Benny. Show me that. But he's going on them runs. Like I said, what year was it? 2018? What do you Sylvan Bellinelli? Was it 2017? I don't know. They sort of run together. But whatever year that is, they went on a monster run without Joel Embiid. Monster run. And that was without a Ben Simmons who really wanted to score, right? That was without him being aggressive and getting to the bucket. That was before it. Mike says, the guy who said Ben is overrated, Justin Kutcher, is a flat-out clown. Dude is the Wizards play-by-play guy, and he's got less than 4K followers. Yeah, that's that means nobody cares about you. I mean, everybody that's like on that level is a play-by-play guy for a professional 4-for-4 sports team. Not only one as a blue check mark, but I can guarantee you has over at least 20K followers. What a loser. Yeah, loser. Murphy Brown, what's up, brother? He said, we will be fine if Thibault starts and Green is benched. Why? Why would you do that? You can't, why would you do that right now? I don't like that. I don't like that. What's up, Johnny? Appreciate the tip, brother. He said, I still wonder if with the Nets' toughness, how do they bounce back after getting hit in the mouth? Do the two divas start pointing fingers at each other? I don't know how all that works with them. All right, I'll say that Kyrie and Katie have been punched in the mouth before and have played well. But I think our defense will give them trouble. And can they stop enough in the postseason? That's the question mark. Nobody's going to question their scoring, period. Mike says they lose to the Bucks and Lakers, maybe one other loss sprinkled in there, maybe. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That'll be 6-2. And that one other maybe, like maybe the Knicks. Did they cough up to the Knicks? The Knicks the second time in Madison Square. It's tough. It's tough, but we'll find out. We'll sort of find out Sunday night, and we'll be doing live reactions on Agree Disagree. So we'll sort of find out Sunday night how they look without him, right? I know it's the Spurs, but still, we'll sort of find out, right? Because if they come out and guys are still playing at the level they're playing at, then I think we're all going to be excited that they can at least, tread that water. And 5-3 could tread that water. It could, depending on what the other teams do. But to really feel good about yourself, 6-2, you're like, you need to stay another week? Get him right. Go get him right. Get him right for a minute. Ralphie says Ben needs to average 20 during the stretch. Yeah, maybe a little bit more too, Ralphie. Maybe a little bit more. Ziggy won like 12 straight without him that year. Yeah. Or 17 wins in a row, Ted says. Yep, 17. Sua Blaze. As of right now, he is out 2 to 3 weeks, right? I'd always just take a step back, though. like another 24 hours into like one of them like make sures. But everything that's coming out is 2 to 3 weeks. So unless something drastically changes, pray to God again, like we did last night. What a show. What a show. Reverend Pastor No Notes. I put on, I felt good. I cleansed the people. We got a cleansing, and we rose them up. We rose them up last night. What a show. What a show. Ricky B, what's up, my man? He said, I'm loving how aggressive Shake is being. I see him stepping up big time. Yeah, Shake and Furky have played well. I mean, a big reason why we averaged 55 off our bench last 2 games. My goodness. Bill says, Bucks, Lakers, Clippers, Jazz, and one more sprinkled in. Well, we don't play the Jazz. I think he'd be back by the Jazz because that's over 2 weeks. Like, that's over 2 weeks versus the Jazz, Bill. Sorry, just keep searching around. I want to read off everybody's stuff. Philly says, should we run Bennett center again? No. I mean, was he playing center in that Jazz game? Because what did they start? Did they start Shake? I gotta remember that. I don't know. That says a lot of teams are taking the Nets out into OT, playing them close. Nets aren't the USA Dream Team. No, they're not. Again, am I a little nervous of them? Sure. I mean, they got a lot of talent, but it's like, do I think we can play with them and beat them? I absolutely do. Pop, Ben and Harris got to carry us, and I think they will. With what we have seen with our guys this season, plus this coaching staff, makes me more confident. Agreed 100%. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, Bradley's produced when he's got in there. Now, small sample size. Now it's going to be more of that bigger sample size on Bradley. Like, I don't expect him to give me 20 a night, but can he be in double digits? That'd be great. That'd be a win. Yep, Ziggy need 12 a night from Matisse. Ted says the Nets, this Nets team is beatable. Our defense comes at teams in waves. They really do. And the crazy thing is, like, we can go 2 different ways at you. Like, we can hit your man, and then we can sprinkle in the 2-3. And this team's been has played at an extremely high level when they've gone to the 2-3. I mean, if you watch the Sixers nightly, you've seen it. And you've seen it without Joel, right? When they went to the 2-3 zone, I think it was against Indiana when we were struggling. And then we swarmed them. So this team has the ability to do that to you too. So, I think you're going to see a lot more 2-3 zone without Joel Embiid. I do. And this team's played the 2-3 at extremely high level. Run it back, Phil. He says, should Matisse be a starter moving forward? I would say no when everybody's back, because I really like this starting 5 together. I really do, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't see why you would, sit down a winner like Danny Green in the playoffs for Matisse and bring him off the bench. Seth, I need that spacing from Seth. So the only reason I say no, DJ, is because I love the spacing that them two bring for Joel. And that's why I would say no to it. Because I need Joel to eat in the playoffs. Go eat. Really? Is that true? 50 watching and only 6 likes over on YouTube? Guys coming to you again? Did a 3-hour plus show last night. Can't even talk right now. Coming to you again. There's only 6 now. There's 34. 34 likes on YouTube. 46 watching. Pound it again. What are you doing? I said when I came in, if you went 6 to midnight and woke up with your own goddamn bone bruise, all right? And you know what I'm talking about, right? Pound that like when you heard about the Joel Embiid news. Pound it. Let's go. If you're first time here and you don't got that and you ain't hitting that subscribe button, I can't help you anymore. All right? We're bringing numerous shows. It ain't about time Arnone. All right? We got tons of shows here. Different personalities. If you think I'm a piece of shit and you don't like me, there's plenty of other guys you'll like. All right? And the people who don't like, the other people will come back and listen. We know this. Later, Bill. Love you, brother. We appreciate it. I appreciate you're glad he's okay. Coming from a Celtics fan means a lot. It means a lot. Alex Galowski to the Flyers. Well, I know that name. Remember, hockey's my 4th sport, so I know that name. Is that a good player, David? Did the Flyers get a good player in that deal? Refresh gate, Steven. Oh, were you talking about the Eagles, Sua? Yes. But it can hurt them in 2 years, but they're going to have so much money in 2 years, it's not going to matter. But yes, this is what Howie Roseman does. I'm done talking Eagles till the draft. I really am. Till we get into all our A2D draft stuff, which we'll have a ton of stuff going on for you. Ton of stuff. Yeah, Ziggy. Our zone's been really good, and I think that's something we can point to moving forward on how we're able to win games and sort of smother teams per se without Joel Embiid, because that's the big thing, right? Because now you have to like almost force people not to come into the paint, right? Like how can I get teams to almost shoot the three more? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? How can I get teams to shoot the three more almost and not drive to the lane? Because that's the biggest takeaway I take from all this, more than Joel dropping 30 a night, is his defense. Right? This is a first team all defensive player of the year. First team all defensive player. Okay, this is a guy who I'll make the case that is better defensive player than Rudy Gobert, and I don't care what you say. Philly, take what RB. What's up, my brother? Yeah, and he said the cap number is going to rise anyway when you talk about the Eagles, and it will. So I'm not concerned about that. And over the next 2 years, outside of this year, they're going to have a ton of money opened up to spend on free agents, etc. So it really comes down to this year's draft and them starting to hit picks. All right, it's simple as I can't dive into it any deeper for the people anymore. He's got to hit picks, or this is going to never end. This will never end, and it will get 4 wins every goddamn year if this loser and nerd doesn't start hitting his goddamn picks. And listen, we got great shirt out that you can find at PhillyDrinkers.com. Just hit the search bar when you go there. All right, search bar A2D Radio. Type it in, and we have a brand new shirt out, and it is Fire the Step Brothers. And it's a picture of Howie and Jeffrey from the Step Brothers movie with Will Ferrell. All right, and it says fire them. So go buy the shirt. That's simple as that. Go buy the goddamn shirt. What up, Brian? Ziggy says Embiid is most definitely better than Rudy. Yeah, he's a better defender than Rudy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking a shot at Rudy. Rudy's a really good defender, but I don't want nobody at me. Joel Embiid's a better defender than Rudy Gobert. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody says. Steven said, what do you think we'll pick up for that fourth playoff spot with Shake, Dwight, Matisse being locks? Like as constructed, probably Furkan. As constructed, but you know what I mean? That's as constructed. I mean, if it's a PJ Tucker, you can see PJ Tucker. If it's not, maybe you can see Mike Scott. Philly Take says, just join, sorry if I missed it, but what's your opinion on the Scrubs Wizards announcer and his comments? He's a fucking loser. I mean, like Mike said, the guy's got 4K followers on Twitter, and you're a play-by-play announcer. And again, Ben Simmons is overrated. How? So I want to know, how's he overrated? Because you're like, who's rating him as an MVP in a league, right? Who's rating him there, right? Is he an all-star? Yes, he is. I don't care what anybody says. If you watch him play on a nightly basis, when he's aggressive, he's an all-star. It's as simple as that. Nobody defends at the guard position around basketball the way Ben Simmons does. Nobody does. So if you want to call that overrated, Mr. Play-by-play, then call it overrated. But it just shows you your basketball IQ is the size of it. Is a fucking peanut, okay? A peanut. Once you break it open, it gets even smaller, all right? Yeah, he's used to watching low-level talent. All right, you want to talk about overrated? I mean, I love Bradley Beal, but what's he won? Because I guarantee something. If I put Ben Simmons on these Wizards teams, I guarantee they win more games than Bradley Beal. Everybody going to laugh at me. Okay, laugh at me. Laugh away. One guy don't play a lick of goddamn defense. A lick of defense. Bill, victory in the playoffs isn't as sweet when you play a team without their best. Be like us winning the Super Bowl with Brady watching. Later, bro. Yep. No, it's not very intelligent. I don't understand why he would even make the comment besides being butthurt, right? Besides their team stinking and him just being sad. But I agree, Cedric. Ben goes to any team and makes them better. Because there's an identity that comes in the door. And the identity is your best player, essentially, your most money player is going to play defense for any team he goes to. Like a max player is going to come there and play defense and be one of the best. That makes your team better. All right. His ability to get other guys involved makes the team better. All right. Real simple. His ability now that he's shown to get to the rim makes teams better. So I don't hear nobody tell me that Ben Simmons want to make the Washington Wizards better right now. And I don't care if Russell Westbrook's there or not. He makes them better. Could you imagine two guys that go 100 miles an hour like Westbrook and Simmons in the open floor? Oh, okay. Tell me they're not better. Tell me they're not better. No, Westbrook can't hit the broadside of a barn, but he's still 100 miles an hour. Yeah, and like I said, it's my concern with Bradley Beals of the world, Zach LaVine's of the world. Like, your numbers are great. And me watching you, I see what you do. But you don't win games. And everybody gets numbers in this league. So how good are you? Like, do I just pencil Bradley Beal in and this team's automatically a playoff team? Like, I say a lot of shit about James Harden, but his teams are always playoff teams. He's just going to win the playoffs. But at least they're playoff teams. So I wonder, like, how much of these numbers are hollow and how much are real? JV said, can't you say a player would make a team better for almost anyone? No, because I think there's guys that don't make teams better. I think there's guys that bring teams down. I think it goes more than just, guys who can drop 30. Sand says winning games is a time thing. Bill T, a quick question. I can't spell his name, but it's the center from Orlando. Who, Vukovic? Who are you talking about? Vuk? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it depends on where he goes, Bill. I think they become a contender. I love Nikolai Vukovic. I would have never got rid of him when the Sixers did. So, and I'm still all in on Terrence Ross from down there. But we can't get Vukovic. But if a team does, I think absolutely. If the Celtics do, Bill, if the Celtics get him, then the Celtics jump that board real fucking quick. I'll tell you that. Real quick. They would lead the league in fast break points. I mean, nobody's making a shot. JV says, I'm a big Ben guy, but not being a detriment is a pretty low bar. What do you mean? Not being a detriment. I think he makes teams better. I think he makes you better. We're going to find out, too, JV. I mean, he's got a stretch right now where it's Ben Simmons' team. So, hi, Ben. Hey, Benny. We find out. Who are you saying fuck you to? Fuck you. Not you, Ziggy. This loser. Look at this guy. Look at this person. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to like that? I love people. Stay tough behind your keyboard. Because I would love for you to like walk in my studio right now and tell me fuck you. And we'll play that game. All right? Philly take. Same thing you're talking about with defense is the same reason I'm not trading Matisse for anything. He'll be an X factor in a later playoff series. I agree. I'm not trying to trade him. And even though Maxey doesn't get run right now, Philly take, I'm not trying to trade Maxey either, right? Because like I want to give him some time to develop because you need to develop some of these younger guys too. So you're not forced to go out and make moves and you can grow young players around Joe, Ben, and Tobias, right? So I agree with you. Like I'll trade a Mike Scott expiring deal. I'll trade picks if I need to, right? There's guys maybe I'd move, but not him. I'm not even moving anybody in the starting lineup either. Like I'm not because they play too well together. Why would I want to change that? Who? Joe hasn't scored over 30? Sarik says the era Ben Simmons having to prove himself to us is over for me. He's solidified in my book. No, he is, but he still needs to prove himself through the stretch. I mean, he still needs to grow, Tyreek. We need to hold guys accountable. So he still needs to grow. So, I mean, I hear you. I hear you and then don't hear you, if that's fair. But you know what I'm saying. And I know what you're saying, too. Like, I agree with you. Yeah, we got to keep Matisse. I agree. Keep these young guys, man. Keep these young guys. You don't got to sell the farm right now. You have a 4 to 5 year window to win. I don't care what anybody says. That takes Joel Embiid. 4 years takes him to 30 years old. 31. You're telling me he's done playing by then, too? I disagree. Ben Simmons is 23, 24. Tobias Harris is 28. You have a window. Doesn't end this year. To me, it just doesn't end this year. Like, I came into the season hoping to make a jump from a team that has gotten as far as the second round to a team that can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what my jump was. They were my expectations coming into this year. So that's all I'm looking for. Anything else would be phenomenal. But I just want growth, and we're seeing it. Levi, Danny Ainge probably offered a second round and Pritchard, and then acts shocked when he gets told fuck off. Yeah, yeah. Well, teams are starting to tell him that now. Yeah, Pop. If Boston gets Vukovic, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Salvatore, there is a lot of room for Ben to grow still, too. There is. And that's the great thing. You can see him play at a high level and still have room to grow, and then understand that. Like, understand 23, 24 years old, but has the ability to play at a high level and is still growing at the same time. And that maturation process, and if you have a set of eyeballs, you've watched him get better every year. So just keep getting better. I agree, Ricky. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can improve this team without giving up much and dismantling the core. Learn from the 0-1 series. Went to the finals, and next year completely changed up. Yep, exactly. And maybe we should never gave away Theo Ratliff how well he played here for us. I mean, I did like getting Mutombo, but you know what I mean? When you look back on it, saying Tom Embiid knee scares me a lot in the future, and his back injury too, but I think he's going to be okay. Yeah, I mean, 2021 medicine, if guys spend money on their body, they'll be fine. You know, he makes enough. Spend $1 million a year on your damn body, Joe, because you'll be in the MVP conversation for the next 6 years if you do. Till you're 32 years old, you'll be in that damn MVP conversation. You know, that's the shelf life to me. Philly sports passion. Nets won't get to the finals because they have no big guy as of right now. Agreed. Jimmy, what up, Tom? He said from the beginning, it's either conference finals or bust this year. Let's not exaggerate if we get booted by the Nets. Yes, I agree. I completely agree, because that was my expectations. Just get there. Can we just get there? And if we get there, then we're happy. And now, hey, it's house money. You know, if we win, phenomenal. If we don't, we took a big step. That matters. That's how it goes. The NBA is weird like that. It's almost like you have to take them steps. And it's almost baby steps. And then watch your young players get to become to the point where they're veterans and dominant, right? And that's what we're sort of waiting on. Number one pick, we need more results. That doesn't mean I don't like Ben. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to yell and scream from the rooftops about it. I agree with you to a point. I do. And this is a time where you can see more, right? You can see more results, right, Bri? I mean, so like I don't disagree with you, because I've been a guy who's been very critical of Ben at times, right? And then when he's played like he has over the last month, you give him credit. I love it. I love to see him be aggressive. Be the alpha male, baby. Be the alpha dog in the room, right? When you take that court and there's no Joel Embiid, be the alpha dog. Go to the rim versus everybody, dude. You're 6'11", right? Have that Giannis in you. Just attack everybody. Downhill, right? I love when Ben Simmons is downhill. Be downhill. I don't give a rat's if you shoot or not. Be downhill and be aggressive. Salvatore, we might fall 2 or 3 without Embiid out, but I like who will play in the first round. Yeah, we'll see. We might not. Listen, we might not. We might ball still without him. We might not. We're going to find out. I think this roster is pretty good. Not to be great without Joel Embiid for a long period of time, but like we talked about before, I mean, back in 2018, they won 17 games without him in a row, or 12 or whatever. I think it was 17 in a row without him. And that roster wasn't as good as this one. Was it, fam? Was this roster as good as that one? No. This roster is better than that roster with Ilyasova and Bellinelli. And they won 17 straight regular season games. Can this team win? Can they go on the stretch and win 5 in a row without him as a start? Then we're in great shape, right? Ray, why do you think he needs to make a move? You said you probably haven't heard any news yet. Are you saying that because of Joel being out? Is that what you're saying? So, Rick, this is the best condition shape Embiid has been so far. I can see him shedding a few more pounds this offseason, come back, still beast-like and quicker, less injuries. Yeah, he could. He's already looked like he's trimmed and gotten stronger this past year. Yeah, Salvatore, we might fall, we might not. A lot's going to determine on Joel right now. I mean, on Ben and Tobias. And like we talked about, this bench scoring that's been has played extremely well over 2 road wins and 2 back-to-backs. 55 versus the Bulls and 56 versus the Wizards. That's tremendous, especially when 2 of your bench guys are starting, when Joel and Ben are out, and then you have 1 bench guy starting when Ben's out in the second game, and you're still getting that production from your bench. That means a lot of guys are stepping up. Maybe we did, Jimmy. I don't know if we had a deeper bench and better shooters. I mean, JJ, Ilyasova, Bellinelli, okay, all good shooters, but you can make the case for Seth, Danny, Tobias, Furkan. You know, you can make the case that they can shoot it too. So I don't know. Well, listen, they have played extremely well at home, Bill. But the problem, the problem is, they're not. Again, they're. Let me see what they are at home. And on the road, they're 10-9, which is phenomenal for them. 16-3 at home. So I mean, they're the best team in the Eastern Conference at home. So that's the same thing as we saw last year. So can that continue? And like we talked about, you have a bunch of home games coming up right now. So if there's a time for Joel to go down, it's right now because you're playing at home. So go take care of your business, right? If this team wins 4 or 5 in a row right now, then we're all gonna be fine. We're all gonna be like, all right, we're good, we're gooch. Saying, the way the role players are playing, plus when we get Ben back, we can hold it down for Embiid. I agree. Listen, if this team didn't have some sort of something good in the air, if there wasn't something good in the air, they don't win those back-to-backs the last 2 games. They don't win them. You can say whatever you want. I watch a ton of NBA fucking games. If this team wasn't built right, they don't win both of these games the last 2 nights. They don't win back-to-backs. They won it. Where's the bench been all year? I don't know. I mean, it's been inconsistent. You got young guys, but it seems like they're starting to feel themselves a little bit better. Salvatore, hopefully we have Embiid back for the Lakers game, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he'll be back that soon because that's a West Coast trip. So does he even travel out west with them? Being he's probably out 2 weeks, 3, maybe 3. Does he even travel out west with the team? I don't think he does. He could. We'll find out. I guess that's where they're gonna, we'll see, and we'll see in the next 24 hours too, because they'll continue to know more, and we'll hear more, right? And I'm sure we'll hear more tomorrow night after the game from Doc or before the game. Pop says the only thing Ben is missing is a jump shot. He does everything else really good, and a top-notch defender that can guard just about all 5 positions. I'm done complaining about Ben. The shot will come. I couldn't agree more, Pop. That's extremely well said. That's the best way to look at it. And I think the other best way to seriously look at it, guys, is say one thing and just ask for one thing. Can you be aggressive, right? Be aggressive. Be aggressive, right? That's all we're asking for. So what do you guys think? Do you think Embiid's out for 2 weeks? Do you think it's 3? Do you think maybe it's a 4-piece? How long are you really thinking? All right. And are you confident to say, okay, it's just a bone bruise? Or do you feel like that you're so scared of getting hurt that you're almost like waiting another 24 hours like me, and it's a bone bruise, but you're just like waiting because you've seen this before, right? Like, just tell me tomorrow too it's a bone bruise, right? Like, give me one more bone bruise and I'm Gooch. I'm Gucci. So that's where I'm at. Edward Taylor. Is it me? Is Embiid always try to not fully land on the repaired ankles falling on the ground? I don't know. I don't know if it's you. I mean, I'm not getting into his landing spots. I don't know. Philly Sports Fashion. The West Coast trip is from the 21st to April 1st. So it probably isn't back until April 3rd. Yeah, I don't think he's back. Yeah, and then he gets reevaluated after 2 weeks too. I mean, he'll be reevaluated every goddamn day. So Yeah, Brian, just go to the Cup, man, and it'll work out. Can you compete with the Raptors? Yeah, the Raptors. The Raptors are nobodies now, in my opinion. JV, yes, I would. I would be cautious bringing them back too. Like I would not rush that, not at all, not at all. And if we're playing at a high level, then I might give them another week. Bill, I think so too. Bill, I think it's like a 3-weeker, right? I'm not gonna say a month, but I think this is at least a 3-weeker. And if it's a month, it's okay. Then he comes back healthy. Do they? Do they own our bum ass franchise? Can we just beat them in back-to-backs in Toronto? So, okay. Well, it was in Orlando, but still did it. So, I mean, good talk. Good try. I think he's out. Like I said, I think he's out like three weeks at least. John said, well, it's Phillies so probably the rest of the season, but you hope 2 to 4 weeks. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that again. Hold on, I got to grab some, but I'm here. Jimmy said, I'm encouraged with how the role players are starting to heat up, but I also don't think we can trust young guys, Shake Tease, especially Ferk, in a 7-game war against the Bucks or the Nets. Maybe Jimmy, or I love playing devil's advocate, Jim, even if I agree with you, just because that's why I wanted to create something called agree or disagree, so that we could always just have two sides to an argument for fun and create conversation and think about it. Maybe Jimmy, because I think you could be in those roles. I disagree with you a little bit, right? In those roles, those guys can help us and can be productive. But the fact of the matter is, Jimmy, is you don't want them guys in major roles in terms of the starting lineup. That's where I'm not a fan of young guys come postseason, right? That's where. But in the postseason coming off the bench, I mean, I think you can trust Shake to score, right? I think you can trust Matisse to defend. Now, Furkan, I hear you, but can he show some consistency throughout this stretch? And then we're going to find out, right? We added the 25th. So it's on these guys. I mean, the last 2 nights, they dropped 55, 56. So, you know what I mean? These guys have stepped up knowing the deadline's coming up. So do they continue to play at this level? If they continue to play at this level, then, again, I'm not trading anybody. Yeah. Brian says, like you said, it's not like we're fighting for the 8 spot in the East, Tom. He can take as long as he needs. Yeah. Pop, when he's 100%, bring him back. Until then, let him sit. Forget the MVP. Let's focus on the big picture and bringing home a championship. Agreed. Jimmy, well, that is why I want to trade Maxey Green for a bona fide starting 2 or 3. See, I'll trade Danny Green, but the way we played, the way the starting lineup played, I wouldn't touch it, Jimmy. I really wouldn't. If you want to dabble with the bench, that's another conversation. I'll surely have. But in terms of the starting lineup, nope, I can't do it. What up, Dales? We'll see, John. That's the question. Because I think he really wants it and not fast food, a championship. So I got to believe that he's going to come back in great shape and he'll have time before the postseason to get himself in game shape. So I'm not worried about any of that. I think he'll come back stronger. And maybe a little bit of rest does help him, right? You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's the end all be all for him. He's going to come back and he's 100% and we're just going to crush everybody. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think the rest is going to be helpful for him. And it takes away that load management and you can kiss the MVP goodbye. Who gives a shit about it? Go win me a finals MVP then. Salvatore, the only guys I put in a package for Beal, Levine, or Lowry personally. Yeah, I mean, for them guys, it's a different story. Salvatore, he has a personal chef at home. Yeah, I mean, most of these guys should when you're making the kind of money he's making, right? When you're making that kind of money, guys, yep. Spend $1 million a year, put it in your goddamn body. Sorry, I'm just looking at comments. Jimmy says, Pop says Jimmy, experience plays a big role in the playoffs. Not many young guys come in and play well. Yeah, I would say more in the starting lineup, but I think in bench guys, like I think Shake, Matisse, and Furkan can be okay. You know what I mean? Because they're not the pressure of starting. I think it's a little bit different. And they've all had postseason experience. Yeah, he can still hit the bench press. The only thing he can't do is run and get back into shape. So, in terms of basketball shape. So, he's going to probably, after he gets reevaluated and they clear him for basketball activities, probably be a week of him maybe like working out a little bit and practicing before he gets back. Doc and his coaching staff won't allow that like Brett did. I agree with you. Pop, I don't think the veterans would allow that. That's why I love the veterans too. Yeah, it's going to hurt his MVP chances, Dales, but the goal is a championship. You're 100% right. I think you would take an NBA Finals MVP over a regular season MVP. I think most players would do that. Tom, I was thinking that they might run Curry at the point and bend in the 4 in the playoffs on some plays. They could. Or when Shake comes in the game, they could do that. I mean, obviously we'll have Joe back for the playoffs, so we don't have to worry about that. At least it looks like we will. Why can't the Sixers beat Boston and Nets, Raptors, or Heat? Why can't they? I mean, it's just comical. Like, you're coming in making all these statements, and this team's first in the Eastern Conference. Like, that's just comical to me. And they've beaten Boston twice. So, like, you know what I mean? You're saying all these things. You said the Raptors, and then I told you they beat them twice, and you had to back down. And then I'm telling you they beat Boston twice. I mean, you're shitting on a team that's first in the Eastern Conference. Like we're making them out to be better than they are. They are what the record says they are. Am I missing something? It's the shit I hate. Oh, okay. So we're going to make excuses now. Okay. Boston didn't have their stars. All right. Why is Boston anything special right now? What have they done? I mean, what have the Boston Celtics done? The status on Joel is a bone bruise, which is great news, and he will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So we'll continue to find things out. Okay. Beat a healthy contender. We have. We've beaten Utah. We've beaten the Lakers. Do you want me to continue? So, shut up. Wrong again. It's the thing. People come in and they troll, right? It's what people do to us, fam. They come in here and they troll us, and they try to downplay a really good basketball team that's played well all year long. All right. And they try to make it out like, oh, Sixers are overrated. They can't beat anybody. They're not good. Okay, dude. They're first in the Eastern Conference. I'll say it a million times. First in the Eastern Conference. Talk to me when those teams beat us. Okay? Talk to me when those goddamn teams actually beat us. All right? All about, oh, you haven't beaten them. They haven't beaten us. All right, honey? They haven't beaten us. So talk to me when they actually beat us. Okay? Okay, and if we're disappointed, we're disappointed. All right, we're used to disappointment here. All right, so nothing phases us. Okay, so we're going to get disappointed again. Whoop-de-doo. Welcome to Philly. All right? We were disappointed last night when we came on a show. When did the Raptors slap us, dude? We beat the Raptors twice, back to back. When did they slap us? Again, you're fucking wrong. You sound stupid. I'll entertain any comment that comes in here, even the dumb ones, because I'm here to make you smarter. That doesn't make any sense. The Raptors ain't slapping nobody anymore. Have you missed the Raptors this year? Slapping us. All right? Oh, you're going to say Lowry didn't play? Okay. So let me ask you a question. If we lost to the Bulls the other night, without Ben and Joe. Would have been okay for me to say, well, Ben and Joe didn't play? Come get me. Come at me. Lil's the Don, or Il's the Don. I hope I said it right, brother. We have a legitimate chance to make the finals this season. We have a great defense. We absolutely do. Lil, the first time I seen you in here, brother, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. We got tons of shows, right? Philly sports and everything. Philly sports and everything. Mike Graham, Raptors 1-2 against Philly this year. Stay hot. Stay hot. I'm a fat, fun guy. Jimmy says he is crying and that he can't suck off Kawhi anymore. Yep. Vitali. Nets are champs, Tom? No. They got to prove that they can win in the playoffs together. They got to prove that they can play enough defense. Simple as that. Head slays. Dude's just sick because the Raptors are nothing without Leonard. Yeah, head slays. Yo, you hit that subscribe. I haven't seen you in here before. Yo, all you guys hit that like and subscribe button. David, they had to go on their own way. Nothing with A2 Day. They just had to move on. So do you guys think? I mean, I know a lot of new people in here. Does this team hold first in the Eastern Conference, or do they fall down without Joel? What do you guys say? A lot of college basketball on today, which is great. We're in March Madness. It's a great time of year. Right? We're actually getting the tournament. I'm watching Illinois, Iowa right now. I got money on Illinois. Let's fucking go. All right, giddy up, Illinois. And I say that, and Iowa hits a shot. Iowa hits a shot in mid-sentence. Hey, Tom, stay hot. I've been hot gambling. I don't like put out picks or anything, but I've been scorching. I've been feeling myself. Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know. Sixers, Clippers. Sixers, Jazz would be funny. That'd be a fun one. Lowry's our only chance. Kyle Lowry's 90, dude. Go away. Yeah, I love seeing new names in the chat. We might go to second. I agree. We could fall to 2, but I think we hold on to it because we played extremely well. We played extremely well. Yeah, Mike, I think 6-2 too without him. But he could miss 3 weeks, you know what I mean? So we could be talking more games. And if it goes longer and we're winning, that's fine. Like, it's all about getting him 100%, right? So can these guys step up? Like we've already talked about, will Ben step up without Joel Embiid? So let's say this. Ben Simmons will step up without Joel Embiid. Do you agree or disagree? This is A2D Radio. This is agree to disagree radio. We talk a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, we all family, even if we disagree. Simple as that. I mean, Lowry might come here next year, somebody said, but that's, David said, I mean, he'd be fucking 36 years old. I mean, I don't know. I like Kyle Lowry, but just a little old for me. Yep, Ben just got to be aggressive. He just has to be. If he's aggressive, we're going to win basketball games without him. Mr. Cool, I don't want JoJo missing the West Coast trip. Well, he's going to miss it, brother. He's going to miss it. So it's as simple as that. There's nothing we can do about that part of it. Let's just be happy it's not worse. Best point guard right now. Dame still. Might be Dame. I have to think a little bit harder. But I think probably Dame. I'm not going to pray I don't run into the Raptors. I mean, yeah, if Steph's considered a point, I'd go Steph over Dame. I mean, is Steph considered the point there? Or is he more of a 2? I mean, he runs a lot of point. So, yeah. I mean, Steph, Dame, right in there. I'm not going to call them equals, but, they're right there with each other. Absolutely right there. Mike says, I want him back badly come Denver game because MVP and so many people hating Denver game. They missed earlier this season. But, I don't, Mike, I don't care. Not to you. Not to you. I just don't care if he's about the MVP anymore. Like I need finals MVP. I need playoff MVP per se, right? That's what I need. Yeah, Luka was in the convo until Ben went to work on his ass. He was. Seth won the 3-point contest. Dude was on fire. Top 5 players in the NBA right now. Joe, Jokic, LeBron. And right now, I think when Katie's on the court, he is. And I'll still put Seth up there. Just quick. Or Steph. Sorry, Steph, not Seth. I'll put Steph up there. Oh, I don't know why Seth wasn't in it. Probably because I think it was just all-stars. They were trying to just do that with all-stars. That's my 5, I think. In no specific order. Like it's all top of my head, right? I mean, it could be a little off. What exactly makes you think your finals good? Like, no, we NBA fans don't see it. Okay, then you haven't because you don't watch us. If you haven't watched us and with Joel Embiid on the court, and you haven't watched this basketball team play, then you really can't have a conversation. It's simple as that. Simple as that. Like you got to watch this team play and then get fucking back to me. All right. Okay, my mouse want to work here. That'd be great. Red Sand, my wife and I would like to congratulate you and yours on the new addition to the fam. I can't thank you enough, brother. What an experience. It's crazy. Like, you're like 3:30 in the morning. You're like, holy shit. Like, you're up feeding them. You're like, I'm a dad. Wow. It's fun. I watch Sixers and bet. You're not that good. Okay. We just beat everybody. We're not that good. What does that mean? What does that mean? This team beats everybody. How could you make that statement? How could you? They beat everybody they play. It just doesn't make sense. Some things that people say just don't make goddamn sense. All right? I'm not scared of Toronto. Yeah, maybe. Who am I taking out for him, though? Who am I taking out? And he hasn't played, so it's hard. Me personally, I would take KD over AD. I would. AD's awesome, but I would take KD over him. Yeah, he's strolling. That's fine. I read them all off. It's the advantage of doing a solo show. You can read every one of them off. You can read every comment off. You can get to everybody. Yeah, I don't know what Raptors team he's thinking about. I guess he hasn't watched his own team. He's too busy betting on ours. Well, that's where I wanted to. Okay, it's like I'm a fun guy. My expectations coming into this year were they have to take a step to the Eastern Conference Finals. So what is wrong with that? And what is wrong with thinking that they're on pace for that when they're the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference? What is wrong with thinking that? Please fucking tell me. What is wrong with thinking that? You moron. So, yeah, I think Joe's out about 3 weeks. We'll have Dr. Paul Vidal on specialized physical therapy tomorrow night on Agree Disagree. We'll be live at 6:30 tomorrow. So set your reminders to whatever pages you're on right now. If you're ever on Facebook or YouTube, if you're on YouTube, go subscribe. Like I said, we got shows every single night. Some nights we have more than one. There's nights we have 2, 3. So hit that subscribe. We got tons of great personalities on A2D Radio. It is not just me. It's me and a group of fucking dogs, and we get after it, and we have a great time. So and we're about delivering people a great conversation and a great show. What's wrong is it's not realistic. Second round exit is more realistic. No, more realistic is if you watch Joel Embiid play this year, dude. You're my boy. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. Whew, I'm like half asleep doing this show today. Oh, my goodness. I came on because it was good news. Yeah, Kawhi left. He didn't even stay 1 year. Mike Grimm. He didn't even stick around. Wow. The Don says, realistically, you think we can stop KD in the playoffs? We got to put Ben on him. I think Ben can slow his ass down. You don't stop. You don't stop guys like that. You try to contain them, right? I know it's like a phrase used all around, but that's the facts of the matter. You contain. You don't expect to stop him. Can you contain him? I think he can. I think he can slow him down. Well, they're not bad anymore. The only reason they were bad is they pretty much let Jimmy Butler rest since it was such a quick turnaround, which honestly, as an organization, was a smart decision. And now they're rolling. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're going to work. So, I mean, I don't know what you know. They're not bad anymore, but I know like, if you haven't checked them out in a second, they've been hot over the last 10 games. So, and that's only because Jimmy's been playing. And they were struggling when Jimmy wasn't in. Simple as that. They're young. So, I mean, they need that veteran to win games. So he's so important to them, not only production-wise, but the veteran impact he brings to that basketball team as well. And that's what we're going to need from some of our vets. You know, that's why guys like Dwight Howard and Danny Green and Seth Curry are on this roster. Right? Simple as that. They're on this roster because you need them vets to be able to win. And they're not guys who are going to drop 30 a night, but you just need those vets. And can them guys step their game up, right? Can Danny Green and Seth Curry step their games up? Can they be in double digits every night? Can Seth Curry get up to maybe 18 a game without Joel Embiid, right? Can Danny Green go through a 2-week hot stretch maybe for us, right? That's the things you need to be able to win without your best player. Yeah, he's stupid, guys. He can slow him down. Yeah. I mean, Mike, he absolutely can. He's big. He's athletic. I mean, he can guard anybody in the league. And Pop's right. Miami is still a threat. They have not gone away. So anybody that thinks, Miami is going away, I think they're crazy. But you have to understand something that, again, they were just banged up. And now they're, now that they're not even banged up, they were just when you have no Jimmy, they're not the same team, obviously. So they're going to be totally, totally fine. They're one of them top 4 that you got to worry about. Like I said, I think there's a few. Like I said, I think when you talk about the best teams, it's the Sixers, the Nets. It's in no order. It's the Bucks, right? It's Miami, and then you put like an asterisk next to Boston because you don't know what they're going to be, right? So like they've been so inconsistent, but you sort of asterisk them and you look at them 5 teams and you say, okay, these are the 5 teams in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, and they could go on a run, John. They could go on a run when he's out too. I mean, there's nothing stopping them from going on a little run now. Wouldn't shock me. Yeah, Brian, Jimmy can flat out score. What would I give up for Beal? I don't know. Molly Mall, what's up, my brother? He said, my guy Tom, doing it by yourself, no notes. You know it. I just figured I woke up 6 at midnight. Right? Got my own bone bruise when I found out the Joel Embiid news, and I had to come on. I had to come on and talk to you guys. Right? And my eyes are like half shut. All right. I was up with the little guy at 3:30. And I'm not complaining. This is what I do. I love talking sports. Right? I was going to come on for an hour. I'm at an hour 34 right now. An hour 34. So I love it. I love coming in for the chat, really. I love firing it up because I know the chat gets wound up and we talk and we fucking common sense people. We're here to common sense people. And Vitali, I just wanted to trade it for Beal because you're giving up way too. You would have given up way too much. I just wasn't enough because of how good this team was playing. Yeah, he sounds like a Cowboys fan. Yeah, MVP, Johnny, you know it. You know it. We could use more 3-point shooting, but Johnny, that only depends on Furkan. If Furkan can be consistent, we don't. That's the crazy thing. But he's young too. But if he can be consistent, we don't need it. I'm a fun guy. Really put the Raptors on the West. Yeah. I put the Raptors. Listen, I appreciate it, Ja. He said you got a voice for radio, fun to listen. You talk basketball. I appreciate it, man. Everybody always told me, Tom, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. So 6 years ago, career change. Let's try this. And it turned into, building the whole platform out with it and building it for, giving other guys an opportunity to vent and talk sports and have fun with it, because we all did it our whole life. You know what I mean? It's what we do. We love it. We eat, breathe, and sleep it. And we slept it last night waiting for the news. We slept on it. Molly says, what? We're not trading Bill. We're actually in talks to max him in the offseason. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're trading him. I mean, that'd be sort of stupid. I'll take Wayne Ellington. We'll see what he does. I mean, he has it at 25th. All right, we'll do this before I wrap it up with you guys, because I know everybody loves to talk. Exactly, Jimmy. I want all Depot. Everybody wants to talk about who they want, right? So realistically, okay, and try to stay away from the stars, okay? But realistically, give me one. Tyler Horton, love you too, brother. I appreciate, man. I appreciate all you guys. All you guys. Hit that like, man. Hit that subscribe. Tell your fucking friends. Tell everybody you know about us. Everybody you know that listens to Sports Talk, get them off the dial. Get them off the mainstream garbage. Get them over to us. All right? We have interviews. We get guys on. We got the inside. We know what the hell's going on. You know why? Because we watch fucking sports and we spend our time online and we read the right shit and we know what's going on. Everybody says, oh, Tom, well, these guys have credibility because they're in the locker room. Fuck the locker room. All right? All right? Nobody's going to pay my bills to tell me what the fuck to talk about. You understand? The fucking locker room. Locker room kiss my ass in 2021. That's what I need to be in the locker room for. Everybody's got fucking Twitter. Well, besides the A2 day, because ours is suspended. I'm here, boys. I'm here, fam. One of mine, Ross from Orlando. That's who I want. Pop says Tim Hardaway Jr., Terrence Ross, and PJ Tucker. Give me 2 or 3 of those. Okay. I mean, I would really like Ross and Tucker. That'd be really 2 great additions. And I think you could, if you got Ross and Tucker, I mean, you might even be able to give Embiid 4 weeks. Because you got scoring. Terrence Ross comes in and scores. Doesn't play like a defense, but he fucking scores. John, that's true. I mean, George Hill in a trade and PJ Tucker in a buyout, they're good, realistic moves. Jimmy says Trevor Ariza. I like Trevor. That brings you some fucking toughness, Jimmy. I love that. I'll eat that up. Of course, my dogs are outside barking. I hear him. Guy just can't help himself from barking. Dude just cannot help himself. The big guy. Titan cannot help himself from just fucking barking. Dude. The dude sits and goes to the side where my neighbor's fence is and my fence, right? And it's like the white high fences, and just sits there and just stares. Like, what are you looking at, bro? Nobody's over there right now. What are you staring at? Can you come in the house, please? Because you'll sit up there for fucking hours. And if I need you to put it out back for a second because maybe somebody's coming in or whatever, the dude don't want to go out back. That's what I deal with. What a fucking dog. I love him, though. He's great. Yeah, Aaron Baines. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared of Aaron Baines. So give me your one guy you want. I don't like Harrison Barnes. I think he's too much money, and I don't know. Just not a big Harrison Barnes guy. But I like the names you guys all gave. Ariza. Jimmy, didn't you give another name too, Jimmy, or did I miss it? No, maybe you didn't. You gave me Ariza. Okay. I like Ariza. Yeah, Trevor is always traded though. But I think there are a lot of realistic names. Okay. Molly said, Tom, do you see Drummond list? He had Philly on the list of teams he would go to. Cleveland buy him out. How do you feel about him coming to Philly? I'll say this. I mean, Andre Drummond to me is almost like a weird stat stuffer. Like, I feel like he'll give you 20 and 20 and you didn't even know if he played or not. Like, did Drummond play tonight? But in this situation with Embiid, like, I would consider it. But if I went Drummond, then I have to go get a guard who can shoot. So now I either have to go get a George Hill or I have to get a Terrence Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go get a guy who can stretch the court too. Oh, John, I love Josh Hart from New Orleans. Like, if I get Hart and Lonzo, I would in a heartbeat. Right now, if I get Hart and Lonzo, I do it in a heartbeat. I'll put Shake in the deal. What do you want for Lonzo and Hart? What do you want for them too? Although they'll bring Lonzo and Hart off my bench and they'll run my second unit. And I'll get rid of Shake Milton for that. And there's not many things I would trade Shake Milton for because of his age. But the way Lonzo Ball's playing, and if I get Josh Hart, now I have to put more in that than them two. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, that'd be an interesting one. But Josh Hart alone, Alone's a great name. You know what I mean? Great name. Yeah, I like Barnes better than Ariza. I really don't like either one of them, but I do. What'd you say? Sorry, I'm reading all these. Yeah, you got to take that all day, Red Sand. I mean, how are you not taking the way Lonzo's played and Josh Hart brings you fucking toughness? He'll play D. I like Josh. Fucking Nova kid, too. Jimmy says, Shake, Burke, Maxey, picks for Hart, Lonzo, and Redick. You don't even need Redick. Just give me Hart and Lonzo. I'll give you them three. And because I'm not getting older. Like, I'm not getting really old by going and getting Lonzo and Hart. So I do that deal all day. I'll give you young players. I'll give you Shake, Burke, Maxey, and picks for Hart and Lonzo. Let's go to work. Because now my second unit is really good. Because my second unit is giving you Hart and Lonzo off of it every night. And then you still keep Thibault, so you keep the defense there. I mean, I would love that second unit. You got Dwight. You pick up P.J. Tucker in a buyout, right? You put P.J. Tucker your second unit. And your second unit would be Lonzo, Hart, Thibault, P.J. Tucker, and Dwight Howard. Okay. All right. That would feel good. Drummond coming the bench with Howard doesn't make sense, but I like what you said, Tom. Got to make a move for a shooter. Trade Howard, just throwing it out there. No, I can't trade Howard. There's shooters we can get, though. Like, we can get a Ross. You can get a George Hill. Like, there's shooters that you can get. Now, George Hill isn't like a shooter like Ross, but he'll hit an open three. Yeah, Jimmy, I know Redick's an emotional attachment for you, but I'm good. I'll pass on the J.J. Redick at this point of his career. I'll just pass on him. Lonzo can score now. I mean, Lonzo turned himself into a scorer, right? Lonzo definitely turned himself into a scorer. Yeah, but why would Mike Conley? Mike Conley's not available. Oh, you're saying he wasn't in that game? You're a loser. Why do you feel sorry for us? We're fine. Yeah, Conley was playing. This guy's an idiot. No idea what he's talking about. We beat healthy contenders, so you keep saying that, but you keep coming up short, baby. You keep coming up short. Yeah, he just never had the confidence, Hedge. You're right, in terms of Lonzo. He's shooting 38% from three. He stretches game. He can get to the rim better, and he's a great distributor. So you have Ben distributing on your first unit and Lonzo distributing on your second unit. My goodness, you are getting guys looks. There ain't no question you're getting guys looks. That's for sure. PJ Tucker corner threes, right? Dwight's going to get plenty of alley-oops from Lonzo. He's always been a pass-first guy, but now he's been able to develop his scoring. So, I mean, that'd be a great addition. And I think he's a free agent after this year, so you probably have to give him a ton of money, and that's fine. Give him whatever the fuck he wants. How funny would that be if we played the Hornets? Hornets could get in. Hornets could get in. Yeah, Conley missed the first game when the MVP did too, and Ben dropped 40 on him. So you just stay wrong. Got to get AI out of retirement, Ty. Yeah. Oh, now we're talking about injury. Second game for Conley. He's coming off an injury. Boo-hoo, dude. He played in the All-Star game like 3 days later. So shut up. You're making no sense. So many L's. Now, Ben scoring 42 a game, I don't expect without Joe. Not saying that Mike was saying that. I'm just having a conversation. Like, I don't expect that to happen. But can he give me 25 a night? Why can't he? Why can't he if he's aggressive? Mike, this is the thing that this idiot's missing when he tries to take shots at the Sixers. They literally have the best player in the NBA right now, and you're trying to say they're not good, they're not this, they're not that. I mean, come on, dude. Every test they've had, they've answered the bell on. Every fucking test. Jimmy, I thought the same thing, but the fact that he shoots it now at a high percentage, I think it just doesn't. That's just a great thing to have. You know what I mean? Because now you have both guys who love to run, and one guy developed his jumper big time. So I mean, I don't think it hurts you. If the guy was shooting 25% from three, then I say, you know what? Nope, I'm good. Yeah, it's a tall ass lineup too. Zoe, Ben, Embiid, and Harris. If y'all started them, and yeah, Plastic Life, they'd be sensational in the fast break. I mean, it would be like the fucking Showtime Lakers. I mean, they are moving. They are moving. Yeah, and the great defender that he is, Rudy Gobert, let Simmons drop 42 in the paint against him. All right, Mr. MVP. Shut the fuck up, Rudy. Okay? Shut up. All right? There's the two defensive player of the years are on the same team. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And that's why this basketball team is damn good. So Rudy can kiss my ass. Their crybaby ass bullshit can kiss my ass. All right? We are the best team in basketball when we are healthy. And anything else is delusional. Anything else is delusional because the proof has been in the damn freaking pudding. Edward Taylor, how about John Collins, Hawks? I like him, but you got to give up too much. Evan Taylor, the Raptors are not even in playoff contention right now, and the East is terrible. The Knicks have 2 games on them. Yeah, so shut up. They were your Raptors, and I've given the Raptors credit about always being a tough team, and Nick Nurse being a good coach. But really, go to bed, baby. You guys are in Orlando. All right, you're enjoying the fucking Magic Kingdom, and you stink. Yeah, he's got your mad feelings. We appreciate all the engagement, bro. I mean, you've written about 2 million comments. Listen, first time in here, wherever you're listening to us at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, pound that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, turn your damn alerts on. You're listening to the best in the business, no notes, and that goes for every son of a bitch at A2D, even if some of them have notes. Sad when the Hornets are better than the Raptors. Yep. MJ turned the roster around, right? MJ, look at MJ, right? Because he found his guy finally. Because LaMelo can fucking flat out ball, dude. Simple as that. LaMelo can play. You know, that's why he fell into their lap. He honestly did. Honestly did. Because he should have went 1. He really should have. Should have went 1. And the Timberwolves would be a better basketball team if he did. But I like the kid. I mean, I like the kid they took. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know if he was worthy of the number 1 pick when one guy played against grown men and seemed to be able to ball. They're fun to watch, Bri. Good for MJ, right? Like, I'm an MJ guy. Good for MJ. You know, he's been trying. He's just never got that high pick to be able to nail it. You know what I mean? Like, even when they stink, they were like competitive. Like, I love the Gordon Hayward signing for them, right? You know what I mean? I like that Gordon Hayward signing for them. And they got LaMelo. And it's turned their franchise around. You know, when you go and get that guy, it turns you around. Like us with Joe, right? Like when he played, we were really good. You know, when Ben finally played, like we were good. Just how it goes. Yeah, you got a picture of Kawhi, which means he's literally living rent free, right, Kyle? Kyle knows. Mike says our two, Tom Mello and Curry and the Warriors would have been a totally different. Oh, yep, I agree. Like they reached too. I mean, they took a big man over need, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they went big man for need instead of taking best player on the board. And I think the Warriors did it wrong. Now, I'm not counting Wiseman out. He's freaking a puppy. But you had a known sitting right there, but they didn't want to deal with daddy, right? They didn't want to deal with the extra. But they'd be a way better team because one guy would be producing. Yup, Tyler. Embiid's the best center since Shaq. No debate. No debate here. This dude's still living in the past. He can't get past it. I know. Tommy Solo, Dolo, captain, walk-off, Mr. Game Winner, clutch like Robert Horry in the fourth. That's Tommy all day, no notes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Like Danny Green with a big shot in the playoffs. I'm like Kawhi for the Raptors. Oh, that one's going to hurt him. Jimmy, Kerry, LaMelo, Clay, Green, and fill in the blank center. That would have been scary next year. Would have been scary this year even without Clay, right? Even if he took Clay out. Like the way LaMelo gets up and down the court too, like he's getting Kerry open looks all fucking day. Would you take Prime Howard or Embiid now? Embiid all day. Come on, Ev. Right? When you talk about Dwight, he got away with just being so athletic, right? He was just so damn athletic. He was never the player Joel Embiid is. I mean, Joel Embiid is maybe one of the most skilled players that we've seen in this decade. Skilled. Because remember, he's 7'1". Look how skilled that guy is. He can do it everywhere. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy, I was about to give a plug to Flight Zone every Monday night at 9:30 on ATD Radio, and Evan comes and does this. But you can listen to Jimmy and Evan every Monday night right after the Sports Hounds. They're live at 9:30 right here, ATD Radio. Listen, they bring the heat, man. I love both of them guys. I was like Howie Roseman, right? Because I'm like, we got a lot of guys at ATD, but, we got to get younger too. We got to get younger, right? So, I feel like it was a great acquisition. Got younger, some young puppies. And listen, them young cats know what the fuck they're talking about. They're my guys. I love them. I love listening to them. And I enjoy it because they're like me. They're like me and my friends, right? It's always like one of them just is going to disagree with the other one. It's like me, Wilson, Sweeps, and Greg too on Sundays on Agree Disagree, right? We've all been friends before this. So, doing this, we all just break each other's balls and disagree and sometimes disagree on purpose. And that's why it's Agree Disagree Radio. That's why it's fucking fun. Where's my man at, TTP? Where you at, baby? Where you been? I'm getting off of here in a minute. You finally check in. I'm about to do 2-hour fucking solo piece. Come on. Name somebody better. Name them. ESPN should be. I wouldn't take the job, but ESPN should be paying me $50 million a year. And I'll say nope. Because if you're paying me $50 million, somebody can pay ATD $50 million. You know what I'm saying? I didn't build this to sell the fuck out. There ain't no building this to sell out. Dude, yeah, exactly, Mike. 7'2" can do the things he does. One of the most skilled players we've seen in this decade. One of the most skilled players. Yeah, where's Siakam? Big neck stepper. Big neck step Siakam. Shut the fuck up. All right? Shut up. You sound stupid. All right, fam. It's been a great talk with you. You'll have the weekly roundup tonight live at 8, followed by In This Very Ring. I think they're doing, I don't know wrestling, but they're doing some kind of round table. They're going to have fun for all you wrestling junkies out there. All right. And the weekly roundup, I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm sure something Philly sports. So check out Zach and Steve at 8 o'clock here. That's their new show time. They moved it. Well, I wanted them to move it too because I think it'll do better at night. But that being said, check them out. They're fucking awesome. You'll enjoy it. You really will. Embiid is a unicorn. That's a great way of saying it. Embiid can't dribble in the playoffs. If you haven't watched him, you've known that he's slowed down with the turnovers. He's slowed down with all that. Come on, you're not even sounding stupid. Yeah, Tyler, he's like Akeem. He's Akeem with a 3. He's got Shaq's power. He's got Duncan's jumper. You know what I mean? Like his mid-level jumper. It's crazy. It's nuts. He's like a combination of like everybody. What up, Bryce, my brother? What is up? Carson Wentz is working with new Colts teammates, including Michael Pittman. Oh my goodness, man! It is one of everybody's gonna throw it in her face constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like this is never gonna end. It's never gonna end. We're gonna constantly have to hear about this all the time. Like, is this real life? Is this real life? Come on. Wheelchair basketball. Yeah, John Clark just can't get over it. You know what I mean? It's like an ex-girlfriend for these guys in the media, right? That's what I say. It's like ex-girlfriends. I don't bring his name up unless I see it somewhere. These dudes are really like ex-girlfriends with the guy. Let him go. Let him go. Brand new shirts though. Step Brothers on A2D. See if you can see this, guys. But it focus. Does it want to focus? Yes, my screen is dirty. I get it. We need to get a wipe. But Step Brothers, Howie, Jeffrey. All right. Fire both. That's what it says on there. Fire the Step Brothers. All right. Go check it out. All right. You can get it on PhillyDrinkers.com. All right. Just go to the search bar, A2D Radio, and you'll see all our merch, and you can buy anything you want on there. Anything you want. Jimmy, I know you are. I know you are. Evan said Jimmy's a John Clark Jr. Jimmy's a John Clark of A2D. and there was a point that I probably was with Cars, but I let him go. Yep, TTB. This is why we're family, baby. This is why you've been here day oneer. He says, elite with his back to the basket, elite facing up, 40% from 3, 80% plus from the line. Defensive player of the year candidate. Name a more well-rounded player on the planet. No notes. Fact check that shit. Fact check that. Hey, everybody out there. Fact check that one. Night. What do we say? We call that night. Or what else we call that one? Mic drop. Oh, well, don't even bring up Chris Coleman right now, Lee. Levi's my guy. I say it every time he jumps in here. Like, I love it because I coached him. You know what I mean? I coached him, and I gave a lot of guys a lot of grief about following and liking A2D, right, Lee? If guys wanted to play or they wanted to pitch at certain times, like they were, you know what I mean? We had conversations, lineups, etc. Right? Levi, the only guy in on all the shows. Only guy I see in from all my guys. That's why I love you, Lee. That's why I loved you then and I love you now. That's why you're my guy. I knew it back then. I knew it. I can't lie. I'm Clarkian. What's Clarkian? What does that mean, Zig? My dog's name is Carson. Oh, I can't lie. I'm a Clarkian. Okay, I got you now. I'm back. My dog's name is Carson. Trust me, I miss him a lot, but he's fucking someone else now. Yeah, he is. No, what did they say, Red, saying about our Eagles wide receiving core? I mean, didn't Avant coach him? Oh, Levi, I send him my love, man. I'm sending my prayers. I'm so sorry for your loss, brother. Oh, just add on from 2020 to 2021. DeRozan's out tomorrow. Well, that's a win. Embiid ain't top 7 in what? The leg? Oh my God, I can't. Listen, great show. Did it by myself. Little pat. Tomorrow night, I told you got shows all night tonight. You get the weekly roundup in this very ring. So set your alerts. Tomorrow night, we'll have live Sixers Spurs reactions right here on Agree to Disagree. Me, Sweeps, Wills, Greg. So turn on your alerts. You'll love that show too. We have a ton of fucking fun, ton of ball breaking. We'll have the doc on. We'll be talking Selection Sunday because that will be happening as we're live. So we're going to have a lot of things to go over. We're going to have a ton of fun with it. So like I said, pound the like, hit the subscribe, do all them fun things. And let me see something real quick before I hop off with you guys. I want to see if a milestone may have been hit while we're live on the air. And if that's the case, we got to nope, 3 away. So HUD Radio's Facebook page is 3 followers away from 60K. I love y'all. Now we got to get YouTube up to 60K, right? All right? Got Facebook up to 60K. Now you got to tell all your friends about YouTube. Get YouTube up, right? Subscribe it. Subscribe that shit. And if you got a Facebook account, head over there. Give us a like and a follow because on Facebook you can do both. All right? I love y'all. Tom Arnone. This has been Tom Arnone live, only on HUD Radio. I was brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Got locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill. Go check them out on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. And listen, go check out bodycheckwellness.com. I take their clarity and focus. I take their endurance and energy. Listen, I'm telling you, Riley Cote approved. Todd Harriman's. We're going to have him on shows coming up soon, too. Listen, a great line of products to promote wellness, balance, and recovery, but a full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Listen, I just found out somebody made a plane out of hemp. Hemp is some crazy shit. But listen, great line of products, THC-free on their CBD oils. But I said I take CBD gummies that they have. They got a roller for like anything that hurts you, which is amazing. And then I really live off of that clarity and focus, endurance and energy, man. You know, I expect to do an hour show. I'm over 2. Why? Clarity and focus, endurance and energy. You can go check them out. Bodycheckwellness.com. Right down here. Promo code HUD for 20% off at checkout. Listen, show our sponsors love the way you show us love. All right. For Philio024, I'm a fun guy. You're a loser, though. But thank you, Jimmy, Molly, Levi, Red Sand, Zig, Mike Graham, reading y'all, Johnny Lynch, Red Sand. I think I already said Red. TTP came in late. Still love him, Philio0. Tower Horton, Brian Kramer, Bryce, Johnny, Evan. I think I got everybody that's in right now. Well, there's probably more because there's 40 people, and I did not read 40 people. So, come on. I'm not delusional. Come on. I mean, there you are in first fucking place. Jamie, I seen it because I added you into our Real Talk group over on Facebook when you sent it. I said, oh, he found it. He found his Facebook. Rad, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate all you guys. You guys make this show easy. There's no way I go 2 hours without the comments. I mean, I'm great talking to myself, but you guys are giving me stuff to read off and talk to you guys about. And I said we're going to create a membership over here on HUD, over on the YouTube, where if you get that $9.99 membership when we launch it, you'll get discounts on gear. All right, you'll get discounts on some of our sponsors. You're going to be able to come on shows with us. We're going to do personal Q&As with you guys. So we have a lot of fun stuff we want to do. Yeah, bragging about a team that's barely over 500. Yeah, you brought some entertainment. All right, we'll give you that. You kept it moving. Listen, Tom Arnone Live, HUD Radio. Again, can't thank you guys all enough. I love you all. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Stay tuned tonight. 2 shows coming up. Oh, I'm out.